Look, Smackwater responds to Zero going to Isiah Carey and snitching on Trae the Truth. Look, sometimes I just hope they just stop talking about this. Just leave it alone, fam. Just leave it alone. But since they want to keep talking about it, bro, we must get into the content and say our spill too. Squads from the playground. Let's get into this, man. Let's hear what OG Smackwater has to say about Zero running to Isiah Carey after all that gangster shit, that most shit it on shit, and talking on the news about getting packed out, rat packed. You know what I mean? Look, let's get into the content.
And then he went to the news. How did you feel about that?
You know, Trae and Zero both, I got relationships with both of them. Right. It was crazy, man. I really didn't, I don't know. Until this day, I was like, what the hell just happened?
Right, because I felt like
because
he was just the streetest and solidest artist that you could, you know, like everything about him, like.
Yeah,
when that happened, I just couldn't believe it. In my take, I thought I'd never seen him take an L, and I don't think he knew how to handle that.
You know, possibly. I didn't talk to him directly about that. We spoke after it, but it didn't come up. I didn't even touch on it. Now, I talked to Trae several times during while everything was happening. And see, a lot of people, everybody had something to say, and you know, unless you really know what happened, how it happened, and even still to this day, Zero is sticking with his story, and Jay Ton is sticking with his story. You know, and they was the only two in that car. So nobody really knows, but Zero and Jay Ton what happened, because they was the only two in the car. Right. So you could say what you want or believe what you want as a fan or as an outsider looking in, but
because we just looking outside. You know?
Yeah, that's all we have.
That's all we got.
That's all we have. And you could give your opinion, but to say that your opinion is 100% correct without the 100% truth of the matter is foolish. You know what I'm saying? But the optically, it did not look good. It was an L for us as a city, for hip hop. It was just it didn't look good at all. The clip didn't look good, even though, you know, it was stuff that happened. And that's what we do as a society. You see it every day, all day online. Everybody try to surmise this broad picture with a small stroke.
Look, first of all, this is for Smackwater, fam. You way too old, far too old to go to any interview platform, to show up anywhere with that tight ass shirt on with your belly hanging out, bro. Pull yourself together and come back right. You know what I mean? Point blank period, Smackwater. I don't know who you be around or who you been around, nigga, but that ain't how it work, especially when you gonna come on somewhere and try to attempt to talk about some G shit. Look, bro saying everything but the obvious. Let's say it like that. Bro saying everything but the obvious. Zero ran to Isiah Carey. You don't have to know everything that happened. You just have to know a piece of these details. You did? Zero ran to Isiah Carey after getting rat packed by Trae the Truth, Jay Ton, and a couple others. You know what I mean? Bro, Muhammad Ali, you supposed to fight back. You know, point blank period. Whether you risk your freedom for it or not, you supposed to fight back. You know what I mean? Point blank period. He was never supposed to go to Isiah Carey and tell his story. Nigga don't want to hear it like that. You can't serve it up like that, bro. We want to hear you talk about that shit like Pac was talking about the rape from jail. You know what I mean? Point blank period. Nigga ain't seen Roll the same since. Let's just be honest, let's just be real. They start calling the man Z-Rat. They start calling him Z-Rat. You know what I mean, bro? Look, it was way too much. Way too much. Now, no disrespect to Roll, but we're all men, bro. You must be able to survive among men. So meaning, if I say what I see about you, the shit shouldn't have you boiling. Not at the nigga that's saying it. You should be boiling at the people that rat pack you. It's supposed to be up forever. You know what I mean? When you get jumped like that, especially so publicly, they put it everywhere, like they had really just done him in, and made it seem like J-Ton had whooped them all by himself. J-Ton was hitting them with some of the lamest little punches while he was on the ground. Look, bro, at some point, you know, 8 fists not hitting you. It's only 2. That's when you strike like a fucking cobra, bro. You should have been attacking ankles, hitting in nuts, biting. Yeah, this is the Zero that we grew to know. The Zero that would do anything to get on up out of there, bro. And even they had police watching me. Look, bro, steady going to Isiah Carey, snitching on Trae the Truth, because that's what it was. That's what it was. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. This is some H-Town shit. H-Town, Houston. We don't operate like that. Nor do we respect niggas that operate like that. Like I said, bro, win, lose, or draw, you're gonna try to fight back. Point blank, period. Other than that, you shouldn't have been outside if you wasn't ready. But that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story. Rose shouldn't even be outside if he had any clue that Trae the Truth from J-Ton and were gonna be there. Why? If something popped off, you wasn't ready to protect yourself. You have to be military minded, militant, fam. And Zero speaks on that a lot. Have always spoke on that military mind state. But look, bro, you have to possess that every time you leave the house. Every time you leave the house, it's like Final Destination. Anything can happen. It's like Murphy's Law. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong. So Zero just wasn't prepared. They rat packed him. You know what I mean? Rat packed him in front of everybody. What did he do? Drop it in the comments, fam. He went to Isiah Carey. I know a lot of his fans gonna be like, don't ever call him Z-Rat again. You know? I've been getting messages like this. I didn't make this shit up. He made that name up for himself when he took his ass over there to Isiah Carey. Look, back in the day when it was time to, when it get gangsta, nigga always put on that roll. Nigga always put on that roll and got in that mind state. Zero had niggas crashing out for years, only to find out that he wasn't really ready to crash out like talking about. Point blank, period. Is he still Zero? Yes. Is he Z-Rat? Yes, he's both of those guys. You know what I mean? Point blank, period. And the music ain't quite what it used to be. Why? It's not so believable these days. The whole Isiah Carey interview, the whole packing with no get back. And look, bro, nigga ain't, the facade has been removed. A nigga don't see Zero like he once was. I'm just being honest, I'm just being real. But look here, Smackwater. Smackwater. Pull yourself together, fam. That little shirt on, pink house, that your belly button. Come on, man. Come on, man. You're far too big and far too old to even think you could fit in a medium-sized shirt. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real, bro. If that type of shit hurt your feelings, you ain't ready to be on the internet. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real, bro. But sitting there with your legs gapped open, your stomach hanging out that lippity ass medium t-shirt, it doesn't look good, OG Smackwater. And I don't even know Smackwater like that. I don't know Smackwater like that, but I've seen this man talking numerous of times. And now it's time to respond to what this man got going on. You know what I mean, bro? If you gonna get on the platform and tell the truth, tell the whole truth, so help you God. That's the only way it works, bro. But don't try to duck around this, duck around that. Look, they're gonna ask you some questions. And if you, depending on how you answer them questions, shit is gonna get sticky. You can't be scared when you go up there. I'm just being honest, I'm just being real. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. OG Smackwater. Bigger shirts, fam. Bigger shirts. Point blank, period. That's the only thing you need to take from this motherfucker. Bigger shirts, fam. That shit doesn't look good. If you're gonna speak on Houston, get with the culture, nigga. We not wearing shimmer shirts and all that other type of shit. Not out here. It just doesn't play. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business. Big